Hi guys! Today we are ready for another Zoom meeting that you might have possibly missed this morning. So we're going to go ahead and do it tonight. And we're going to go ahead, first of all, and we're going to wake up our brains. So let's take a look at our first question. It says to write the numbers down in order from the least to the greatest. That means the smallest to the largest. And then we're going to find a rule that would follow this pattern, and we have to tell the next number in the pattern. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and write those numbers straight down, and I went ahead and did that. Because what we're actually trying to do is we're trying to find out what it is going to be from one number to the next number, what the rule is. So to move from 17 to 25, we know that we're getting larger. So we know we're going to be adding something. All right, so my rule is going to be to add something. So if I say 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, that means that I'm adding 8. So that is going to be my rule, and I like to go back and check that just to make sure. So from 25 to 33, we have 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Yes, I'm adding 8. So in order to figure out what the next number in the pattern would be, is I'm going to take this 57 and I'm going to add 8. So I have 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. So the next number in my pattern is going to be 65. I hope you got that too. All right, here's Wake Up Our Brain number 2 before we get started. Maddie ate 4 bags of candy each day for a week. There were 6 pieces of candy in each bag. How many total pieces of candy did she eat? So we're looking for the total pieces of candy. All right, the first thing I decided I was going to do is if she ate 4 bags each day for a week, I decided to put all 7 days down, and she had 4 bags here, she had 4 bags here, she had 4 bags here, 4 here, 4 here, and 4 here. So I know that there are 7 days in a week. So I'm going to say 7 times the 4 bags. So 7 times 4 is 28. Okay, if there are 6 pieces of candy in each bag, now I've got to go back and I've got to do a second step, which means I'm going to take the 28 total pieces and I'm going to multiply that with the 6 that was in each bag. So 8 times 6 is 48, carry my 4. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 4 is 16. So she actually had 168 pieces of candy and probably had a toothache after that. All right, the third one, and you know you can pause these videos at any time and do them yourself and then come back and check them with me. But what we need to do right here is you see this equation sign, this equal sign. That means that whatever this is, this side needs to be the same. So the first thing that I'm going to do is do the side that I can figure out because I have all the information. So 84 times 9 is what the information I have. So I'm going to start with that. 4 times 9 is 36. I carry my 3. 8 times 9 is 72, 73, 74, 75, because I have to add that. So I have 756. All right, 756 is this side. I need this side to also be 756. I need both sides to equal the same thing. So I can't really put my answer as equals 756 take away 45 because I need my value at the end to be 756. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add 756 to the 245 to get a larger number right there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right here. I'm going to take that 756. I'm going to add 245. This gives me 9, 10. This gives me 1,101. Now, if I take 1,101 and I subtract it from 245, I should get 756. So I'm going to just squeeze this up here real quick. 1001, and I'm going to take away 245 because I should always check to see if I'm doing the correct thing. All right, and I can't do this. I come over here. This becomes a 0. This now becomes a 10. I cross off the 10 becomes a 9. Whoa, 10 becomes a 9. This becomes a 10. I'm going to borrow from that. It becomes a 9. This becomes an 11. 11 take away 5 is 6, because 6 plus 5 is 11. And 9 take away 4 is 5, because 4 plus 5 is 9. 10 take away, let's see, 9 take away 2 is 7, because 7 plus 2 is 9. And we have nothing left. So you can see I have 756. So that's how we make that equal. All right, so this is area part 1. I actually have 2 parts on area. So this is the first part. I am not able to actually play the BrainPop video, the intro to area, on this video. So if you can take a look, if you could pause the video and maybe copy that down, this is the password to get into it. It's a really great video and it's going to help you understand area really nicely. So we're going to just jump right on in and I'm going to talk to you about area. All right, if you've heard area, you might have heard it mentioned like this, okay? Notice this, stay in your area, which means your location, okay, your spot. Sometimes you'll hear the word area mentioned like that. You might also hear of an area rug. In my house, we have an area rug. It's a rug in which it takes up an area, a space. All right, so if we can keep that in mind, that's going to help us really understand area. So an area is 1 square unit. And a square unit is a square, obviously, with a side length of 1 unit. So I've got 1 unit there. And we're going to use square units to actually measure area. So an area is the number of square units that you need to cover a flat surface, that you need to fill in to see that flat surface. All right, notice we can measure this by multiplying, so we're using multiplication, multiplying the length of the object by the width of the object. Now the nice thing about this is for our purposes today, we get to count these squares. So I have 1, 2, 3. So the length is actually 3 units long. The width is 1, 2. So to figure out this area, I can multiply 3 times 2, which is 6. And that is going to give me 6 square units, which is how much that area is. Now, another way to figure this out is I can count all the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you're going to find as we get larger, it's a little bit easier to go ahead and multiply the 2. All right? All right, so here's a great practice for this. What is the area? So if we do that length times width, okay, we have right here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And then going across, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, there's my width. Here's my length, so 5 times 4 is going to be 20. Now, if I were to count all of these squares, I would get 20. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it is still going to give me 20, but this is kind of a tricky way to do that. All right, remember, pause the video, see if you can figure out what this area is, and then come on back and we'll check it together. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to count these. This is 3 over and 1, 2, 3 down. And we're going to use multiplication. 3 times 3, whoops, equals 9. I hope you got 9 also. All right, what's the area here? Pause the video and you can come on back. All right, there is 2 across and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. And 5 times 2 is 10, so our area is going to be 10 square units because there's 10 squares. All right, here's another one. This is a perfect example of not needing to count all of them, but going ahead and counting the length and the width. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this side. So if I multiply 5 times 6, I'm going to get 30 square units. That's what the area is. So we're counting all the squares inside there. Yeah, this one's a little bit tricky because it doesn't have even sides. So when we do not have even sides, the nice thing about this is we get to go ahead and just actually count the squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This has 10 square units. That's what the area is, 10 square units. What's the area here? Okay, I hope you just counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This has 11 square units. Here's another one that is not a regular rectangle or a square. It's got some missing pieces to it. So in that case, we're just counting the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This makes 15 square units. Aha! What about this area? This has got an odd shape to it. Okay, did you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Wow, this is 10 square units also. The last one had 10 square units. Let's go back to that for a minute. It's not going to let me go back to it. All right, the last one had 10 square units also, but it wasn't in the same shape. Let's check this one out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one also has 10 square units. All right, but it looks different than the last one. What's the area of this one? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This one has 11 square units. That's the area. What about this one? All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We have 20 square units. 20 square units for that one. Okay, wow, you did it. You're through part 1 of square units, and that's what we talked about in Zoom class today. So look for part 2 coming out next, and hopefully when you see a bunch of squares in your Google Classroom this week, you'll be able to count the area in square units. Bye for now.